10-year-old Tommy stands alone, clutching a worn teddy bear, his eyes searching for a mother who promised to return but never did. As the hours into the cold embrace of night, his hope dwindles, until Sergeant Linda Harris, a compassionate police officer, spots him. Moved by his plight, she steps into his life, not just as a rescuer but as a foster mother, shaping his future with love and guidance. At the busy train station, the clamor of arrivals and departures echoed off the high vaulted ceilings, a cacophony that seemed both endless and impersonal. Amidst the sea of hurried travelers and tearful farewells, a small, bewildered figure stood alone, his large, teary eyes scanning the crowd desperately for a face he would not find again. Tommy, aged just 10, clutched his worn teddy bear, the last vestige of a connection to the mother who had left him behind. The noise and chaos of the station only deepened. Tommy's fear, his tiny body trembling every time a train thundered through. As hours slipped into the realm of the uncertain, the shadows lengthened, and the bustling crowds thinned. Tommy's hope waned with the daylight, each passing moment etching a more profound mark of abandonment on his young heart. Sergeant Linda Harris was ending her shift when she noticed him. She was a seasoned officer with the city police, accustomed to the rough and tumble of her daily duties, yet something about the solitary boy pulled at her heartstrings. Approaching him gently, she knelt to his level, her voice a soothing balm in the harsh din of the station. "Hey there, champ. You seem a bit lost. Can I help you find someone?" she asked, her tone warm and inviting. Tommy's response was a flood of tears and fragmented sentences about waiting for a mom who had promised to return but hadn't. Linda's heart clenched. She knew all too well the signs of abandonment. With no hesitation, she reached out, taking his hand in hers. "It's going to be okay," she assured him, though her eyes reflected the gravity of his situation. The days that followed were a whirlwind for Tommy as he was swept into the foster care system. Meanwhile, Linda couldn't shake the image of his tear-streaked face from her mind. Something about Tommy had broken through her professional detachment. Within weeks, she began becoming his foster mother, a decision that felt as right as it was sudden. Linda's home became Tommy's sanctuary. She nurtured him with a mixture of firm guidance and unconditional love. Under her care, Tommy thrived. He grew up with a keen sense of justice, inspired by Linda's dedication to her duty. His interest in law led him to pursue a career as a lawyer, his past hardships fueling his drive to help others find their justice. 20 years had passed since the day at the station. Now a successful attorney, Tommy had built a semblance of peace over his abandoned past. However, fate, with its ironic twists, had a different plan. It was a regular Thursday when the call came. Tommy was asked to consult on a peculiar theft case. The suspect was a middle-aged woman caught stealing food from a local supermarket. Something about the case nudged him, an inexplicable pull towards what should have been a routine consultation. Upon entering the interrogation room, Tommy's world halted. There, handcuffed and weary, sat a woman with familiar eyes that mirrored his own. His heart pounded as the realization dawned on him. It was his mother, the woman who had abandoned him all those years ago. Tears streamed down her face as she recounted her story to the investigating officers. Life had been cruel, she explained. Overwhelmed by poverty and despair, she had left Tommy, hoping he'd find a better life than she could provide. It was a choice that haunted her every day. Tommy listened, a tumult of emotions raging within him: anger, sorrow, empathy, all vying for dominance. When the time came to proceed with the legal formalities, his voice wavered but did not break. He ensured that the law was respected, though it pained him to see his biological mother led away to serve a sentence for her desperate actions. The next 5 years passed slowly. Tommy visited his mother in prison, each a step towards understanding and gradually forgiveness. Linda supported him through this journey, and her presence was a constant reminder of the resilience of chosen families. When his mother was finally released, Tommy picked her up from the prison gates. They didn't speak much on the drive back. The silence was a comfortable canvas, allowing them both to express their thoughts without words. In time, they rebuilt something new, not entirely erasing the past, but learning to accept it. Tommy's heart had room for both the mother who had raised him and the one who had given him life. As he stood between these two remarkable women at a small family gathering, Tommy realized that life, much like the train station of his youth, was a place of departures and arrivals. And sometimes, if one was lucky, it was also a place to find what you didn't even know you were looking for.